Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 3. So today I've got a 21-minute video, and I'm doing the voiceovers this time. So I just wanted to have a little bit more, workout of a workout today because day 2 was not very workouty. I also have in front of me some things, voiceover notes from ChatGPT. So I'm going to cover some of this stuff if it's relevant. Before I get into that, I did want to say that on these cable presses here, the first time that I did these, which I'm talking about like here in the video, I didn't have them very high. I feel like it was really kind of like pulling me back. So I decided to put those a little bit higher. So I'm doing more like pressing down rather than forward, just so that it stops pulling me back into the machine. This worked out a lot better, actually. It feels a lot better, so just pretty happy with that. I finally shaved my head. So I told you 2 days ago that I was going to shave my head, and I didn't do it yesterday, but I did it today. Smooth as baby's bum. My hat slides around on my head because there's just no friction because I have zero hair. So it's going pretty well. Today, according to AI, was supposed to be kind of like an upper body thing. A little flex for fun. So it was, chest press and some pulling, rowing stuff. Here I tried to do some pull-ups, which I just do not have the strength for. Got the bright idea of getting a chair, trying it with a chair, and almost killed myself. You'll see that right here in a second. It was just flipping and flying around. And I was like, I'm just pushing with my legs. I'm not even pulling with my arms anymore. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. So I was like, screw that. I'm done. But so reflection on day 2, the leg day workout and mobility stuff. Like I said, there was just so much like upper body mobility that had to get done to be able to get behind, in front of the bar, under the bar. What I would do if I was in a gym or I had more space was probably like parking lot lunges or something. I really like those. And I want to find a way to fix doing step-ups or something with the cable. So we'll figure that out, but, we're going to get some plates there soon. I'm checking Facebook Marketplace and stuff there, so I think the routine's going pretty well so far. I wish I had more weight for like lat pull downs and rows and stuff, and same issue I've been having. I don't want to talk about it every single time I make a video. And then for the single arm rows, I can do, I think, the full stack that I have here on the machine. And these go pretty good. It would just be nice if I had like a bench or something like that so I could kind of like sit properly. I don't really feel like got the best seating angle. But this feels pretty good. I kind of do like a cross over a little bit. Like I let my shoulders rotate. You see that my right hand is trying to like hold my body so that I'm not flailing all around. It's more like the shoulders are rotating, the torso turns just to get a little bit more of a stretch. And then that kind of allows me kind of like pull and squeeze in when I get down to the bottom. Depending on how much of a headache that I have afterwards is kind of what tells me I feel sometimes whether I did good on my lats or not. But once we get the barbell stuff, we do doing barbell rows, right? So I'll be able to get some actual weight on and things like that. Use my other straps for lifting, like my lifting straps. So this is going good. Again, I'm kind of treating it like I'm in like a foundation phase. So I don't want to, come in saying that I'm like a professional bodybuilder and none of that shit. So that's not the point here, right? Just taking a look to see what else we can talk about. Goals. I think right now I'm not really paying attention to like weight or reps necessarily. My goal is to kind of get, good positionings, feel good, make sure that I do, one video every single day without skipping anything. Don't skip any workouts. These workouts tend to be about 40 minutes long. And then the video gets cut down to, 20 minutes. So like half of this is just kind of like setup time and moving around and, repositioning the camera and things like that. These presses here, they look bad. They look like my elbows are like really far out, but like, to be honest, I really don't feel like they are. I don't know if like the positioning could be different. I'm sure I could kind of like tuck the elbows and come underneath a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like as if I was kind of doing like a close grip bench or something. The problem is that I'm not stable at all here, right? So this does end up being a little bit more like a fly, where I feel like I'm kind of like working into the armpit a little bit more, which is fine with me. I mean, whatever, like I felt good doing these. They were fun. I enjoyed it. Setting up and all that stuff just kind of sucks though, right? Or like getting yourself back in position, because I look like I'm about to go flying. But sexy little seated row. Not doing too bad. These are good. I took some notes from the other day when I said I kind of like jerk at the beginning too much when I go to pull. And so I'm trying to like really think about pushing a box back with my elbow here instead of getting too much of like the torso turning to help me pull into it. Like I want to pull with the lat before I start to turn the torso. So just kind of getting that, that mental drive or mental acuity or whatever into the program. Sometimes I feel like when I pull and stuff like that too, like I'm just kind of like imagining like if I were on a boat and I was like a sailor or something, and I had to like haul something, like up on top of the boat. Like what would it be like just to simply like pull that rope? You know what I mean? Because like a lot of the times when we work out, we kind of, we work out like we're trying to like memorize all of the formulas, because of all these videos that we watch and like the information that we consume and whatnot. And like every once in a while, I kind of forget that I'm just a human pulling on a rope. You know what I mean? And it's like, how do I pull on the rope if I was just pulling on the rope? Like maybe I'm going to lose some efficacy to a muscle or something or whatever, but like at the same time, like, do I care that much? But anyways. And yeah, these are looking pretty good. That arm, get that little stretch, really kind of like pushing out towards kind of like the wall and the floor to bring the arm up rather than trying to like lift it. Not too much swinging, so that's looking pretty good, to be honest, I think. That shoulder is really high right there though, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's high. So I'm definitely lifting with a trap on the right hand side. No wonder why I had a bit of a headache earlier, like on the right. That trap is way too active there. I'm kind of like pulling like a little too far up, too far back. You see how like my chest pops up almost immediately. I really should be maybe just taking a little bit of extra rest and making sure I'm good to kind of pull that away. So check this other side, left arm. Yeah, see now it's starting to get tired, so it's kind of doing the same thing a little bit. Not as bad as the other side, but I also remember this moment, and I was just like really into this. I was just like, fuck, this feels good, And I was like, yeah, the squeeze felt good, the grunt felt good, I wasn't like grinding my teeth. I was like a good temperature in the room, you know, like I just felt good, right? So back to that other side again. Yeah, see just how like high that pops up. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll get to the next clip. So yeah, so as the goal is, like I said, not increasing, you know, reps or weight too much. I really just want to get with the consistency. And it's like consistency is definitely key. Like everybody knows it. But it's like I said the other day, you put, you know, one guy onto a program, 6 months, amazing transformation, you know, but you put a guy in the gym and just tell him to like do shit that he likes to do. And as long as he is consistent, you know, following some basic rules, of course, right? He's probably going to end up doing pretty good for himself. So at the end of the day, it's really just like showing up, which is kind of the thing that fucking makes it happen, you know what I mean? So these are feeling pretty good. New camera angle. Not sure if I like that, but kind of fun. These feel good on my elbow. That right elbow with the golfer's elbow situation. These actually feel pretty good with that. And I, you know, like I feel good with the weight that I have available on the machine. Getting, you know, 10, 12 rep range with these pulls feels pretty strong, not using too much of the shoulders and stuff, you know. Like that's a pretty good motion I got going on there, in my opinion. But I could definitely put more weight if I was like stable on a bench though. Pulling in front of myself rather than in back like this, which I guess is kind of a different exercise, I think. I try to do elbows behind me, elbows in front of me for biceps. Here I'm just doing some light tricep work, more or less for fun. I'm also staring at my bicep vein. It's only my right arm that has that nice vein, I think. I'm just taking a look, yeah. Yeah, it's the right arm that's got the vein, but anyway, so that's looking good. It's feeling good. I didn't do any like brachialis type stuff. Like I didn't do any hammer curls or overhand grip or anything like that. But I also get a little bit more tricep. I think I got some overheads coming up. And then we'll see if I get maybe a little bit more bicep in there too. And I think that's the workout. What am I missing here? Oh yeah, I got some core at the end. So what about you guys? You know, you've seen 3 videos of me working out. Got some good stuff, got some bad stuff. Setup's going to get better. Maybe there's something specific that you guys want to see if I can do it or how I do it. I tend to do like a lot of little weird modifications, you know, like I'm holding on to the bar right now just to give myself that stability. And I feel like this is going pretty good. You know, taking a look at that arm, I think the angles are good, and I don't see like my body moving too much to help that arm get up. And I'm not like lifting the elbows. Like the angles are pretty good. Try to squeeze as much as I can with the pinky. So, going pretty good. Tomorrow is supposed to be active recovery, cardio, and mobility. I think that sounds like a good idea because I'm going to tell you, man, like I'm pretty pooped. It is 1:30 in the morning right now. Oh yeah, and this is one of my favorites. Sticking my arm underneath for the bicep to give that extra stability. I really like this. These always feel pretty good, to be honest. Come on, 3 more. 2 more. Pull that last one. You didn't fail. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, you sucker. You're a little bitch. Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, that's what it is, right? Now, this felt absolutely terrible for my elbow. I was trying to find like a different position. I was like, elbow in, elbow out. I'm very concerned about not wanting to like push with the shoulder, because then it takes away, see there, like all that shoulder press detracts from, the tricep. So I was trying to find a good spot. I think I felt good because I was getting the reps in, but it definitely wasn't feeling good like on the arm. Left side's always a little bit better, but the tricep's weaker on this side. Plus that angle is different too, right? And the arm's a little bit more out. I'm kind of pulling from behind the head rather than behind the shoulder. And I think that's sometimes like one of the issues that I have is just like keeping the consistency of like what I'm doing from one side of the body to the other. And then always a little grabbing of the arms or the chest and stuff just kind of helps the mental of keeping yourself kind of like in line. So I was getting some decent little presses there at the end. See that right arm, that bicep coming in a little bit? I'm getting a bit of a pump here. Forearms are looking a little thicker. I was like, I'll try to do a little flex. I just look like a doofus. My back looks pretty good, though. I feel that's just because I'm over 200, though. That, because it's not like I have a lot of muscle, but left arm, not too bad. Try that right arm. Have no idea how to flex it, but it looks good. Looks a little tighter. Those shoulders need to get bigger, though, eh? So here we're into the core now. I like training obliques. I don't know, whatever. I don't care if they get trained in other ways or if you don't need to train them, or, if just doing weight like this doesn't do anything because you need to do side planks or whatever the science is there. I like doing these. I like them. They feel good. So, and I feel like it's one of those things that I'm always trying to kind of like improve, like how do you crunch? How do you pull on the side of your body without your hips swaying all over the place, I feel like I'm getting a good like squeeze on the side, and I definitely feel the muscle. I mean, it gets tired and I run out of the strength to be able to pull it on the stretched position, right? So right here I run out of the juice. In the contraction, like right here, I feel good though, right? Squeeze feels good. But then sometimes it's just that juice of like getting into the squeeze that I just don't have. And that's when I'm like, hey man, like that muscle is just kind of like crapped out, right? So I'm going to switch sides. Doing pretty good at keeping the hips in place. Here come the crunches. So I've been messing around with the crunches lately. You see here where I'm just kind of like rotating kind of like the top, like I'm rolling the shoulders. And then I'm even kind of trying to like a back extension, like extend my back, like curve my spine at the top, right? So I'm trying to like curve it and then squeeze and then curve and then squeeze. And I feel like that gets the abs a lot better. Because the thing here, what a lot of people do is they end up like hip hinging. And so that's just basically like hip flexors, because you're just kind of like folding your body in half with your core staying straight. So your core never actually squeezes, right? So you want to get your core to squeeze. So, and then I tried these things because I see them on TikTok all the time. All the girls with like crazy, abs and shit do these things. I was like, I'll give it a fucking shot. They're not as hard as I thought. Like, they make them seem like terrible. I'm like, this is the first time I've ever done these in my entire life. I'm like, you know, yeah, I know I'm holding myself up. And like, yeah, of course they burn. Look at me laying down on the floor like a little baby, but it's not that bad. And then here, just simulating some crunches, like the cable crunches, but on the floor. Trying to get that extension and that squeeze. Not really looking to do a sit up. Anyways, we're getting at the end of the video. I think that's pretty much it. So tomorrow there may or may not be a video because I can't really show you like cardio and recovery unless we're going to do like a mobility day and talk about some of my favorites. And we'll get you a little flex session here. And then we'll see what happens for tomorrow. I'll catch up. We listen and we don't judge. Watch me try to do a lat spread. This is going to be pretty pathetic. Obviously, I'm just flexing here, but like I got a lat spread coming, I think. I remember trying to... Such a big back, such a round back, hey? See, that doesn't look bad. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I could definitely use some help learning how to do this shit. So anyways, 10 seconds. Have a great night, guys. I'll try to get like a mobility thing tomorrow. See ya.